Hello, everybody, and welcome to another chapter in the long legacy of the Big Ten Conference. It's a championship game in the new expanded Big Ten, and there are high stakes here. Not just a conference championship, but potentially positioning themselves for a run at the national championship with an automatic bid. We're going to be treated to not just a top 10 matchup, but a battle for a conference championship and an automatic bid to the college football playoff with the first round bye that goes with it. So a lot at stake here, as we'll see the number 7 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The kickoff team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. He'll bring it out from his end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. So Ohio State's offense starts in less than ideal field position off that full return. And as this quarterback takes the field, eager to see how he plays today. There's a certain gravity about him. You can tell from the warm-up song the way the team responds and rallies around him. Can he come through on a big stage here?
Yeah, this guy is their Superman. And when that opening kickoff is kicked up into the air, his cape goes on. He sets everything into place, gets the offense out of jams, does it in pressure situations. He's the arms and legs of this offensive system, but also the heart of this team.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. The defense with more pre-snap movement. A quick throw out left, complete. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. The gain makes it 2nd and medium. And the quarterback dropping back. He cannot escape the defense with a sack.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Pressure comes, and once again, no escape.
Now they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs, and also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
Buckeyes will line up to kick it away. Looking to flip the field here. And it's fair caught near the 40-yard line. So the Michigan Wolverines offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kirk, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. 2 good teams with great individual players.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. And a handoff as they run the counter play.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Takes the toss, heads to his right. Breaks loose at the 45. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Hoare. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
It's a strong run, keeps the drive going. First down now. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Second down after that run on the previous play. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Receiver makes the grab. They make the tackle, but it sets the offense up for a first and goal from the 10.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
The Wolverines will line up now. It's first and goal. Here's the handoff on first and goal. Defense able to deny the touchdown. He's brought down at the 1.
Teams are getting more and more creative with how they run their counter plays. Gone are the days of everyone under center running the counter tray. Now you're seeing it modernized. We'll see how many different versions they'll run today.
Solid first down gain sets the ball up close to the goal line. Can they finish it off here on second and goal? Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Well, they try the middle, but stuffed for no gain. So nothing on the previous play sets up a third and goal from the 1. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, when you have a big physical offensive line, you can wait to third and goal and rely on them and the running back to get you a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open score. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They came up empty in the last possession, forced to punt it away, and they begin to click now. Caught quickly. Tackle made after the completion.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up and take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. It's an out route, the catch made. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. The offense will line up, chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. So, Kirk, Michigan has the lead here at the end of the quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And the Salk were able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. Returner decides to fair catch this. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. There's the handoff. They'll tackle him at the 27.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
And here's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
On third down, he drops to throw. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Defense wraps him up after a 6-yard gain. Brings up fourth down.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that first down marker. And now we've got a decision here on fourth down.
And he's throwing for it on fourth down. He's got it. Enough for a first down. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Boy, that conversion right there was an absolute dart by the quarterback, hitting his receiver. And the ball comes out that fast. It puts so much pressure on the defense to locate the football, let alone trying to get their hands on it.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Nice run. He's brought down at the 44.
A lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Catch hauled in here over the middle, and the gain just good enough for a first down. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. And the Wolverines will line up on 1st and 10. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Receiver makes the catch. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Pass caught. Second down now. Single back takes the handoff. They stop him, but it's a first down.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
It's a solid run, gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. Here's Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Catch made on the left side. You make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all 4 quarters, it could get really ugly by the 4th.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He shreds the tackle. Defense trying to hang on the 11th play on this drive. Ball handed off. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a 1st and goal.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? Their own defense. Man, when I played, I used to have defensive guys come down and tell me.
And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Conference championship pressure, they just grind away. Beautiful execution in that methodical drive.
Man, I can't think of a better stage than the conference championship to put together a drive like that. Moving the sticks, executing along the way, avoiding any turnover potential, and coming up with a touchdown. Great job.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. With the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Takes the handoff on the counter play. They'll tackle him at the 17-yard line. A minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. 2 quarters down in the Big Ten Championship. A couple of incredibly worthy teams battling for their rightful place in the history of this great conference.
The Buckeyes will kick it deep to begin the second half. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
The defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Getting set. Here's second down. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He finds the running back in the flat. Good execution. Gets the block and gets the first down.
Boy, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Greasy had in 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Burback and all the great receivers. So this is within their history. It's good that they're leaning on it.
This offense continues to roll. We wondered, would this defense come up with some answers at halftime? Not on that play.
No, they've tried to make every adjustment they can. This offense has been very impressive with the way they're able to keep this ball on the ground, churning out big yards. I think they're gaining more confidence, really, as this game goes on.
The Wolverines have 1st and 10 here. They'll hand it off. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
But these are the type of runs that begin to wear down your defense psychologically. Already have the lead, come out with a nice big gain, and this defense is thinking, oh no, here we go again. Really nice statement here to get this second half started.
The Wolverines are looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. From the shotgun, handoff inside. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. He's going to hand this off. And he's finally tackled down at the 2-yard line.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And the Wolverines will line up here on 1st down and goal. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. All right, 2nd down and goal now for this offense. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. This offense really clicking. That's another touchdown for the running back, and they've got one hand of that conference championship trophy now.
Man, this running back is just adding up the touchdowns. You know, the whole conference knows about this guy and what he's capable of doing, and here he is, the big stage in a championship game, showcasing everything he's got in the toolbox.
Now the try here for the extra point. Yeah, the extra point, and the lead now 21-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. In the first play of the drive now from the 25. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
And that pass is hauled in over the middle. And he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the 3rd quarter. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. He's on to boot it away now. No fair catch. He feels the punt. And the returner is brought down, and that will do it now for the third period. So, Kirk, Michigan has the lead here at the end of the quarter. They got to be feeling pretty good about things as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's review how we got here. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Offense will keep it on the ground here.
Well, let's see how these guys do here. Kind of in that 4-minute offense mode where they're trying to work as much clock as they can on this drive. Working with the lead. Still want to be balanced as best you can. But the important thing is picking up first downs, keeping the ball in bounds, and keep working that clock.
They'll run it here. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid game.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given a quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want whenever we feel like doing it.
Important second down play coming up. They'll use that running game, trying to bleed the clock here. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
He'll hand it off. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34. And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. The Wolverines line up on 1st and 10 now.
29 Philly.
Ball handed off. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
That's the mark of a well-coached team. These guys don't even pay attention to the score. They're just out there executing and churning up yards. Good, solid run there as this clock continues to wind down. This offense has had a great day.
Takes the handoff. It's Hatchett.
Boy, this offense just seems to get more confident as this football game is played out. They've got a nice lead. Here they are in the fourth quarter, just working that clock, possessing the football, and trying to get out of here with a nice, solid victory.
There's the snap, and he just takes a knee. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. And the quarterback will take a knee. It's always a special year when after all the work you put in, you can call yourselves champions of the Big Ten. And now with the playoff spot locked up, the spotlight gets even brighter. You're going to find out where they're going to be playing as they continue to pursue a national championship. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.